Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins. How's everyone doing? I hope everybody's Monday morning Monday afternoon is going good. Um, mine's is going decent. Uh, I picked this topic because I'm gonna be personally honest. I picked this topic because everybody always talks about xenophobic, but people disrespect Black Americans' heritage and lineage. So I try to switch it up and say, is it negrophobic? It might sound crazy, it might sound dumb, but is it negrophobic? Is it the same thing that, white Americans, like the white race has? Like, if you don't know what negrophobic is, it's technically means scared of Black Americans, but the way how we use it in America is hate. Like homophobic. Homophobic use technically means scared of gay people, not hate gay people. So the way how we use it in America, it could be phobic, means scared, but I would say like the word prejudice. People use prejudice as the word for hate instead of it being a um premature or uneducated guess of thinking of a certain thing, of somebody's culture or a person. Like I make prejudice comments all the time. If you notice, you know, like how we talk about Africans, Latinos, whites. Everybody can get it. That's how I just turn. I technically feel like everybody can get it, you know, and we should feel that way. You know, we should feel like, oh well, you know what? Ain't nothing cut. Ain't nothing. There's no safe zones here in this show, and I'm just being personally honest. There is no safe zones. I know how the media wants everybody to have a safe zone and all this other craziness, but um, it's just there's no safe zone. You know, everybody always talk about the Jews, them niggas is white. And that's just how I see it. I think Jewish people are white. There is no difference between white and Jewish. They did the same shit that they did to black people. You know, one motherfucker got hanged and they made the ADL. And let me tell you something. When people say the ADL, I think they full of shit. And I'm gonna be personally honest. The reason why I think the ADL is full of shit, and they might attack me after, um, I think they're full of shit because at the end of the day, they talk about, oh yeah, we help everybody. No, you help your own peoples. I'd rather you be honest and say like, yo, I help my own peoples. Fuck everybody else. And I would have been like, touche, my nigga, touche. You doing your thing. But you lie, then after that, you try to use our trauma. You try to use a lineal trauma to help your agenda. This is where I think people have a lot of issues with Jewish white people. I consider myself a Jew, but Hebrew, not even a Jew, a Hebrew. You know, but everybody has their own thought of something. You know, I never reading the Bible. I never seen Jews as whites. Because when I was young, I had a vivid imaginations, and when you just hear how they talk, they just don't sound like these motherfuckers that are wandering the world right now fighting Gaza. I'm just being personally honest. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Most Jews will probably look like me, with a whole bunch of hair and, you know, Yahweh shy and stuff like that. But I do want to say this. Um, I hope everybody's weekend was great. Mine was decent. I was gonna do a show Saturday, but I was doing cleaning and some other stuff, and I washed my car on Friday, and a whole bunch of dust came back on my car Saturday. So it kind of beat the purpose of washing my car. Then when I went to go get my daughter from school, cause she wasn't feeling good, um, she wasn't feeling good. Give me 1 second, man. Some shit popped up. But yeah, she wasn't feeling good, so I was like, all right, I'll go get her from school. She sleep now, she's doing her thing. She sleep. Um, that's just how certain stuff is. Hey, I'm fixing something, so don't mind the screen looking crazy right now. But yeah, hold on a second. All right, perfect. Hold up. Yeah, this is how I measure stuff, so don't mind me, everyone. Everybody's like, yo, this is how you measure stuff? Yeah. Um, but I'm gonna keep on talking. But yeah, just that's just how people are, man. My daughter wasn't feeling good, so I was like, yeah, let me go get her. And all right, oh voila. All right, I'm done. Um, but yeah, it just I always tell people all the time, you just got to be careful with certain things, like because I don't want y'all to go to the wrong X and try to look for Perkins and there's no S in it and it's just N. But yeah, let me check on the others. Okay, give me a second, everyone. Just I'm gonna fix it. Take that off. All right, perfect. All right, I'll fix all of that later. But yeah, I was talking to one of my coworkers yesterday, and this is what made me come up with this topic. He was arguing with another African. I explained to him, I was like, the difference between Africans and Black Americans or foundational Black Americans is Africans always have to feel like they're right. They always have to feel like they're the alpha, you know. But at 9 out of 10, we got to be personally honest, where we can say that the y'all niggas can't build anything. You know, it's like, yeah, y'all got a few houses in y'all country now, but like what happened with like 20 years ago? We already like Black Americans always had Black communities. Like we still do have middle class communities, especially in New Jersey. We got some in Atlanta. We have some in a few places. So Black Americans always had Black communities. So for them to say, "Oh, where's your Black community?" Oh, yeah, we have a few. Baldwin, I think Baldwin Hills one. And I think that's high class. I think was it Mawa? No, that's I just know a girl that used to live there like 20 years ago. Mawa, New Jersey, or some shit like that. But I'm gonna be personally honest. They always have to feel like they're right. They always have to have the last word. They always have to feel like, okay, you know what? You have to follow my lead. 9 out of 10, the lead is the worst shit to follow. I'm just being brutally honest when it comes to that. It's just I would never follow an African. You know. But I was debating should I have a sub question, but I made the subtitle. I'm sorry, but the subtitle that I have, I think I want to talk about it tomorrow morning. I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow morning because I got class tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow's my busiest day, so I got to do. I just got to figure out Cause I ain't gonna do no writing today. I'm just gonna be working in my agenda book. And the thing I'm gonna have to start planning. Like, okay, what are we gonna talk about? What am I gonna talk about? Is there any good topics? Like, I do want to get back into the Diddy situation because Diddy right now is, I guess, Dusky and OBJ got brought up into I guess the lawsuit. You know, I don't think it's gonna stick, but it's just bad. It's bad publicity. I always tell people that it's bad publicity when shit like that comes up. I Yeah, I wouldn't tell anybody to get into know anything like that. I would tell a person this: when this shit happens, sue, sue. You know, and it's not for being like mean. Hold on one second. Yeah, you're gonna have to sue. And it sucks, but you have to do what you gotta do. Everyone. It comes with the territory. Also, like and subscribe, and also comment and send super chats. So your joint can definitely pop up on the screen when you do send super chats. Um, I'm gonna I gotta test out the super chats, see if it works. But cause what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have super chats pop up when y'all write something or y'all want to say something, and we can't hide it. I don't want y'all to think, oh yeah, they're gonna try to hide it. No, it's gonna pop the fuck up. You know, it is what it is. I do want to say this though. Before I start, um, give me a second. But yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to do the super chat joint. So definitely, I think I'm gonna put some more stuff on the screen because right now we have a few. We have that. Let me see how this description looks. Where is it at? All right, so I'm gonna take this, the alert. I'm gonna put that shit in the middle right here. Um, but yeah, I feel like also I'm gonna say this. I feel this. I feel that Black Americans has. I'm gonna start by saying this. Black Americans has done a lot for everybody. We universally helped everybody out, and I think the only person who ever helped out more than in humanity than Black Americans is, and I'm talking about as a group. It's probably the Hebrews, the original Hebrews, not these motherfuckers that we see now. I'm talking about Hebrews. You know, I'm being personally honest. Um, that's what we see now. You want to hear something crazy that happened to me? I had two receipts for something happening on my credit card. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Baby mom said, oh yo, somebody used your credit card, and I was like, 225s yesterday. I was like, yo, I didn't go nowhere yesterday. Oh yeah, yada 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 yada, and it came up today. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Somebody got my credit card? So I canceled the credit card. Yo, while I was asleep, when I was asleep, I woke the fuck up and I was like, oh shit. I used the credit card. because I forgot I washed my car and my baby mom's car. So I went to the car wash twice. I was like, that's why it was 25. So I have to wait to get a new credit card for 4 to 6 business days. Yeah, so I might get it Monday. It sucks Monday or Tuesday. It sucks, but that's what I get for not paying attention, man. I had too much stuff on my plate. Um, like I tell people all the time, that shit comes with the territory of doing all of this stuff. Um, I do want to give shout outs. I want to give shout outs to everybody who do watch this show. The show's pretty. It's interesting, but give me a second, everyone. Just give me 2 seconds, and I'll explain. Like the last show we did, it didn't really have big numbers because it um I don't know. I think because I was the first one to have it, like very very first one. Like after I seen it, I was like, okay, let me go do this one. I thought it was super dope, and the reason why I thought it was super dope is because I feel like I'm gonna say this. This is the first time I ever stuck up for the police officer. That the detective lady, I don't think she should get suspended or fired. It just doesn't make sense because at the end of the day, that's just art. You're gonna stop somebody from doing art, you know? It's not cool. It ain't right. I don't think they should do it to her like that. I think it leaves a bad taste in people's mouth saying like, okay, these motherfuckers can basically control motherfuckers' lives, and it shouldn't be like that. Like real talk. The reason why I say it shouldn't be like that because what happened if put it this way, a lot of detectives is gonna be making risks if they're not making that much of money, amount of money, and that's just how I see it. You know, there's like, damn, I'm getting shot at immigrants all day for for peasant money and stuff like that. It's like, man, this shit ain't even worth it. That's how motherfuckers is gonna look at it. They gonna be looking at it like, yo, that shit ain't even worth it. You know. Um. Let's see. But yeah. Also, I need you to share this for the algorithm. Um. My boy told me, he's like, yeah, tell him to share it. So it can pop up and the whole 9 yards and stuff like that. I know. I'm still studying this podcast stuff. I'm also about to get a podcasting book and see how do we come up with topic questions and stuff like that. I do want to say this though. Shout out to Claude Anderson. Claude Anderson warned us about this bullshit years ago. He warned us about this. I think we should have listened. I think we should have never followed the Martin Luther King route. I think the Martin Luther King route made Black Americans weak. You know, I'm not saying he didn't do good, but I think us doing the Martin Luther King route was the worst thing ever. You know, let me see. Hold on. Let me check something real fast, everyone. Okay. Yeah, I like that part in the middle. Um, I didn't like the Martin Luther King route. I think the Martin Luther King route left us in a bad situation after he died. First of all, everybody wasn't doing the Martin Luther King route. Everybody did the you put your hands on me, I'm a beat you down. And like we always been like that. We always been, renegades, rebellious towards America because at the end of the day we built America. Like we have gave more to America than anybody, even European Americans or white Americans, whatever y'all call yourselves. We have given more to America than anybody. We have given more to the world than just about anybody. You know, we have given like what is it, 50,000 component inventions. So from the folding chair to an air conditioner to electricity, yeah. We're the ones who basically told you like, yo, this is how you do electricity. Instead of it just being a fucking myth, we showed you. We showed you the Nintendo patents. We showed you was it the Nintendo patents? Yeah, it's probably the Nintendo patents, the computer patents and stuff, components and shit like that. We showed you all of that, you know. And this is why, like, I was just looking at this girl on X where she's saying like, oh yo, so the Chicago dance historical dance, they got it from Nigerians. This is the shit that I be telling people about. I was like, yo, you can't trust them. We didn't get nothing from Nigerians. Nigerians can't give us a motherfucker. Only Nigerians gave black Americans is File. That's it. File Kula, I think his name was Kila. Hold on a second. Multiple Democrats, NGOs have coordinated attacks on Tesla. This shit stuff. Ain't nobody touched no fucking Tesla. Yeah, we gave them so many patents and stuff, man. Look, I'll show you what she says. It's crazy, man. I don't know. I don't know what's up with people these days. This right here. Give me a second. I have to reset the. All right, this right here. She said, I don't know. Bounce and break your back. Bounce and break your back. Bounce and break your back. You bounce so hard, you break your back, girl. Bounce and break your back. Bounce and break your back. Cake lady, man. She's had it, man. Bounce and break your back. Bounce and break your back. Bounce and break your back. You bounce so hard, you break your back, girl. Bounce and break your back. 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 You bounce so hard, you break your back, girl. Bounce and break your back. Let me tell you something. It's already different feet work. It's already a different dance, different rhythm. It's insulting. This is why I had to bring up this question, negrophobic. We're gonna jump right into because we're not gonna stay in that long. We'll probably do an hour 15 minutes, hour 15, hour 20 minutes. I just feel like this. As a black American, I'm tired of being disrespected by people that come to this country not because of their abilities, it's because off of the backs of our ancestors. We have to keep on telling you that. We have to keep on yelling that in my face. Instead of trying to take black Americans' resources, won't you just get the resources in your own countries? Y'all have more resources than anybody in any country. We don't want to hear about white supremacy because we have white supremacy here. I'm just being personally honest. People don't want to hear that bullshit about, oh, yo, it's white supremacy. Nigga, it always has been white supremacy. It has always been white supremacy. So what's the difference now than before? Hold on a second. What's the difference between now and before? There is really no difference, Oh, shit. Oh, so I got to share myself. Hold on. I forgot to share my own stuff. That's crazy. I'm just being personally honest. This is why black Americans had to delineate from all the other all the black diaspora. You know, and I think it's a fear thing. Fear that they can't do it by themselves. Fear that like let me tell you why we respect that guy Abraham. I think his name is. is because he wants to do it himself. He wants his country to do it. I think this is why black Americans respect him. You know? Like, why would you want black Americans to do everything for you? You don't even like black. You want somebody that you hate, somebody that you dislike, you call fucking a cult, racist. You're always trying to Africanize us. Niggas don't want to be Africanized. Nobody want that bullshit. Y'all don't even know y'all own culture. I'm just being personally honest. Y'all niggas don't even know y'all own culture. But you're so quick to throw it on to us. We don't want that shit, man. We don't want to be eating gorilla knuckles and gorilla back ribs and shit like that. We don't want that nasty shit. We think the shit is nasty. We know nothing about fucking Africa, but we got everything from Africa. Our ancestors don't know shit about Africa. They know how you brought them over to fucking America. You captured them and gave them to the white people. We know that. If we really want to be personally honest, we know how Africans feel about us, calling us cotton pickers. We know these racial derogatory names about it. Why the fuck would we want to be fucking African because of that shit? We just came to reality. Let me tell you something. We woke up and smelled the fucking coffee and we just said, you know what? We don't like y'all niggas. We don't like most of y'all niggas. Some of y'all niggas, y'all get a pass. But niggas like you, Sonny Digital, let's talk about Sonny Digital, all right? Sonny Digital is a Nigerian. He's from the finesse capital. I'm sorry. The scamming country nigga. Scamming kings and queens. We could talk about the Indians, people from India, but at the end of the day, nigga, y'all not that far from them. You don't think we know Sonny Digital use, first of all, black names, try to portray himself to be somebody from Atlanta. You know who else did that? 21 Savage. And I knew something was funny about 21 Savage because he don't sound like a nigga from the South. You know? And let me tell you something. And we respect what's my man? Slick Rick. Slick Rick came over here trying to learn black culture. He said it himself. Slick Rick is from the UK. But this nigga 21 Savage, he's a full-blown immigrant. Shit changed when them niggas was trying to deport him back. The nigga, let me tell you something. He's not even a speck of black culture. Let's be personally honest. He's not even a speck of black culture. But y'all niggas keep giving this niggas passes. This is one thing. Okay, let me tell you something. This is one thing I dislike about my family's Georgia culture. They are too friendly to everybody. Yes, we are the finesse capital, nigga, in America, but that nigga's a scammer. That nigga's from Nigeria, probably a Caribbean. He don't look like an African. He look like a Caribbean, nigga. And shout out to niggas who is a Caribbean, but at the end of the day, we like Caribbeans who say, oh, yo, I'm Caribbean. You know, this is my culture. I fuck with my culture heavy. I don't really do the hip hop thing, or if you do the hip, oh yeah, I fuck with hip hop heavy, but my nigga, you know, I stick to my culture. Oh, yo, that's cool and stuff. We like those type of niggas. But these niggas who be trying to cosplay and talk crazy about black America, yo, I don't get it anymore. That's why I think he's an agent. I personally think Sonny Digital is an agent. I think Sonny Digital is an agent. I think he's an agent for the Boulets, and I'm gonna be personally. Those are the black supposedly black gatekeepers, like the Divine Nine and all them niggas. I'm gonna just call it out as it is. All them niggas, them the Divine Nine niggas, the bourgeoisie niggas. You know, the Pan Africanism is a part of that shit too. They all a part of that shit. The bourgeoisie thought they were. Bourgeoisie is just another name for saying house niggas. Let's be personally honest. Bourgeoisie is just another word of saying house niggas. I'm being personally, Divine Nine is too. Divine Nine is another way of saying bedwench. So what the fuck, nigga? I'm gonna be personally honest about this shit. And who are a part of those groups mostly now? Not black Americans. Who the fuck you think is a part of those? It's not black Americans. They might look like us. I'm gonna be personally honest, Kamala. You're a shape twist. You're a shape shifter. That's what I call a cosplaying person. They're shapeshifters. These people who try to be black Americans or foundational black Americans and say, "Oh, I don't like how you trying to divide us." Nigga, you're a shapeshifter. If you can't tell a motherfucker you're Caribbean or you're Jamaican or Trinidadian and can't support us, you are a shapeshifter. You are a shapeshifter. Lise, let me tell you something. Tommy Samanayo, whatever the nigga's name is, I don't even think that's his real name. Because it's too whitish. Thomas. You, my nigga, you want to be white. You want to be white. But at the end of the day, you could bleach your skin, my nigga. You can always bleach your skin. You could talk about how many problems that black people have, but at the end of the day, that's only 10% of black people. So what Tommy Samanayo do and what Charleston White do, they look at 10% of everybody and say, oh, this is what everybody do. That's why I don't like those type of people. Candace Owens is one too. She's a shapeshifter. They're all shapeshifters. You know? Godfrey, I'm gonna be personally honest. I lost mad respect for him, but at the end of the day, I still respect him for him doing what he's doing and some of the stuff that he did do. You know, and the truth that he told. But at the end of the day, I know he backpedaled back when he did it. Let me tell you something. And I'm sorry I'm going into like even the Latinos. But we have to be personally honest. Them niggas didn't help us do shit. They never helped us do shit as a whole group. They didn't help us do shit. Black Americans, as a group, we helped everybody. And there's only 43 million of us. What is that saying? That's saying something. That's saying that, oh, okay, you know what? If only 43 million, if 10% of America is helping damn near the majority of the world, what the fuck is everybody else doing? Why the fuck is everybody lazy? You know? I'm just going to be personally honest. I just think people are lazy now. People are lazy to do anything now. And if that's your MO, that's your MO. Me, I think people should. I think, as I personally, and I've said this dozens of times, I think foundational black Americans should separate from everybody, lineage wise. Yeah, we will still have to work with everybody and stuff like that, and that's cool. But I feel like, people like, I think we need to cut niggas out and let them make it ourselves. Let them make it themselves. I think people should start asking people, what's your lineage? If niggas want to pull this Rachel Dozer shit, they can. But once niggas find out, like, nigga, we can't fuck with you. We have to cut niggas off as a group. I feel like we should have our black constitutions for ourselves, not for other people like we used to have back in the days. If you don't follow it, niggas ain't fucking with you. You're basically X-listed from all events when niggas go. If you don't set up the event, or a nigga like you in your condo set up an event, we don't fuck with you. We don't fuck with you heavy. And if we have to stay divided from each other, we'll stay divided from each other. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. And the reason why, because I'm with the bullshit. I've always been with the bullshit. You know, so... like... Give me a second, everyone. It's just... First of all, we're tired of people trying to cosplay us. People trying to, remix our culture. We're tired of a lot of stuff. I think, like, this is why I say, Africans and certain Africans and certain Caribbeans, because we can't put this on everybody. But at one time, we're gonna have to celebrate. We're gonna have to delineate from everybody to save ourselves. Like, yeah, it was hard to see fucking, people go back and stuff like that, and babies be bombed in fucking Gaza and shit like that, and these fucking Israelis torturing these people, tormenting the whole Gaza and stuff for no reason, just out of, hate for them. And we could say that it is out of hate. I think it's a hateful thing that they're doing. They're really technically trying to cleanse the country. They want all them people gone, and it's not even their country. And this is why I always tell people all the time, stop. This is why I say, to a certain extent, stop having these people come to, all these people come to America. Even these white immigrants. Stop having these people come to these countries because, at the end of the day, people are not trying to work together. And it's not saying, it's just people that's not trying to work together. It's just people. The people that they send over, they don't send good people over anymore. Like in the 80s and the 70s. They were sending their best over in the 80s and the 70s. Until Eric Coate and his people came over. But they're not sending good people over anymore. These people can't marry to a... Let me tell you something. If they can marry an American, by all means, stay in the country. But if you can't get married and you're over here on a visa, you have to go back in 6 months. I tried to stay in England for a whole year. They were about to arrest me to get me out the fucking country. I was having too much fun getting drunk every day, in shitty, sad weather. I'm just being personally honest. I'm being personally honest. And those people in England, them foreigners in England, they're not trying to work together with black Americans. We've been trying to work together with them. I'm just being personally honest. We've been trying to work together with all these people. Now they're trying to say we're divisive. Now they're trying to say, we're racist. We're prejudiced. Niggas is tired of working with you. Niggas is tired of trying to build something with y'all, and y'all just take it and say, we did it, niggas. You didn't do anything. Look how I got to this country and got it on. No, nigga, you got it off of food stamps in Section 8, my nigga. That's how you got it off. Then you have 8 niggas living in the house. In a 2-bedroom. So what the fuck is that saying? Niggas is tired of hearing that. We did this all out. No, you didn't, my nigga. Let's be personally honest. And we're gonna watch a video right now. We're gonna watch a video right now. But yeah, it's just all these comments and stuff from the diaspora. Not even just the black diaspora, just in the world. People always got some bad or fucked up shit or some racist shit to say to us. And they always want some black dick. That's the crazy part about it. They know they're gonna be, oh, I'm joking, my nigga. Here's some goosey soup, or here's some monkey brains or some shit, nigga. Niggas is tired of that shit, man. I'm being personally honest.
But because this is a very controversial talking point on the internet, right? I go on TikTok and I see a lot of UK people speaking about black Americans, right? So what a lot of people, the UK, Africans, Caribbeans, a lot of their talking points is black Americans or FBAs don't have culture. What do you say to those people who say that?
That's a projection. That's a projection because we are the culture here. Our lineage goes back to this country longer than the lineage to their country because their countries are relatively new, especially over there in West Africa. Not just West Africa, all of Africa. Many of those countries were basically created in the 1800s at the Berlin Conference. So they don't have a deep, rich culture. That's why a lot of them have to leave because of a lot of tribalism. They're not as deeply rooted as they're supposed to be. So they do a lot of projecting onto us. Our culture is so deeply rooted here. Everything about American culture that is good comes from foundational black Americans.
True.
The food, the dance, the slang, the sports, the entertainment.
Dress, yeah.
They try to say you can't use those examples nowadays.
Why can't we? Foundational black Americans created the modern doorknob. We created the modern toilet. We created modern dry cleaning. So many things that we've created. We created the modern home security system. I mean, we've had 50,000 patents. We can claim all of this stuff. All of the music genres was created by foundational black Americans. We are the culture. And they know this because if you go to their countries, they're acting like us. We're not acting like them. They got on baseball hats and Nike shoes and stuff that we're wearing.
That's a fact.
90-degree weather.
Right. They ain't wearing kente cloth sweatpants. They're wearing Nikes and Adidas like we're wearing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. So even when you went to say about how the countries in West Africa, like I've seen an old map of Africa before they had the invisible lines with the borders with the countries, and like you said, those countries didn't exist until like the time frame you said. So when I hear this this conversation, and I think you seen one of our clips. It was a Haitian woman, and she was like,
I definitely remember that.
She was sitting on the couch and she was just like, "Oh, I can't date a black American because black Americans don't have any cultures," and that one just went crazy online because it just. While she's dressed like an American black woman, she's sitting there talking about black Americans don't have, like, you know what I mean? So that is always a kind of divisive talking point in the diaspora.
And they can never tell us what their culture is. Because when people call up to our lives and start talking about culture, I ask, what is your culture? They can never give an answer. You understand? We can give answers to what our culture is, all of the music and the foods. We can give that, but they can't really give an answer to what their culture is.
So,
and that's no disrespect to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. We got love for you, but those who come over and try to denigrate us and project this weird thing, we will check them.
Why is it so easy for everyone to attack, the culture of black Americans?
The thing is, this is the game they play. With us, we are so inclusive. We share our culture with everybody. We're too damn nice. That's been the problem, because whenever we do something, we say, okay, we chop it up to just global Africanness. We've been on that. So if we do something positive, we'll say, hey, our African brothers, we got it, probably from some tribe or whatever. We're share it with everybody. For a long time, we were sharing hip hop with the Caribbeans because they were like, well, Caribbeans help do it. And we're like, not really, but we'll share. We're all black. We had that type of thing. And that was a mistake. Because what happens is a lot of these people who didn't create anything, we give them something, then they take it for granted and then say, hey, you know what? I did it and y'all didn't do shit, and y'all ain't got no culture and we do. And we're saying, hey, we ain't playing that game no more.
Have you ever wondered what the Bible says about caring for the poor? Well, it's pretty clear.
See, this is the stuff that we talk about, man. And like that's why I say, we share with everybody. At the end of the day, we don't get shit out of it. And this is why I always tell people all the time, we got to put a stop to that. We have to put a stop to it, and it's not a bad thing, but this is how they talk to us. And they try to make us immigrants. How the fuck are we immigrants? We didn't want to come to this. Let me tell you something. The people that was in this country in the first, they didn't want to come. They wanted to stay in their own country. That's why they made a whole thing of their country. You know, they made a whole place that looked like their country. They call it Gelagichi. Now now the white Europeans is trying to take their land. You know. No. It's just, like I said, we need to delineate. I think it'll be perfect. I think it'll be great. It's just, there's certain people I just don't like. It's just not gonna work. I'm gonna be personally honest. The way how this world is, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Hold on, give me a second, everyone. Damn, they're still talking about my nigga getting packed out. It's just, I always tell people all the time. People talk shit about black culture, but they want to be in black culture. They want the fat ass and the big titties and the shape and stuff like that. White women never really had shape like that. I'm being personally honest. They really never had shape. Because they don't got the genetics. Why you think they want black kids? It's just it is what it is. If I can't, I want my kids to have that shit. I want my kids to have a little wee wee. I want my kids to have a big wee wee. It's just a part of it. And like, hold on. And like this is like I'm gonna show you something. All right. I'm gonna watch one more.
In Africa, are you from?
You don't see a Haitian saying I'm African Haitian or Jamaican saying I'm African. Just for that, we just black Americans.
Well, Americans don't know because honestly, you guys don't know. When Africans come to America, they're busting their behinds to get degrees, become doctors, lawyers, and stuff like that. So when Africans look at people.
My name is Hab. I just had like a brain fart. Like, I mean, as always, you got ace for us.
Yes, indeed. Man,
You heard what I'm saying? I said I came in late. Nigga.
you ain't say that for.
Oh, I ain't say that.
I think westernized to me means conforming to a certain audience that isn't necessarily your core audience. So you know what I mean? Like,
we will develop by
that video could have been a lot longer. I just wanted to like
Right.
just clip it. But again, when we talk about these diaspora wars, and I wanted to get into that later, but since we're already here,
Right.
When you even type in diaspora wars, it seems to be, Africans or Caribbeans, and they have this disdain almost or this disrespect when it comes towards Black Americans, often saying, you don't know where you don't come from, but they would never say that to a Haitian or a Jamaican or a Trinidadian, even though we all came from the same slave ship. It's just different stops. But for some reason, Black Americans or African Americans aren't looked at as a specific culture when Jamaicans are or Haitians are or whatever, Antigua, like all of them are looked at. Nobody questions their culture. So and the fact that we always have to answer our culture or is being questioned by people that look like us, you know what I mean, is very disrespectful, and especially when we have built a unique culture within America. And I think, unfortunately, the media does a good job at portraying only the negative stereotypes. It's just like when we were growing up, the stereotypes that we seen of Africans was the flies on the face. I didn't have this, that, and the third. So that's what we saw. So, of course, we had a negative perception. But, we see as now, 2025, 2024, we still seeing that narrative push that don't go to those Black Americans. They ratchet, they ghetto, they don't got no culture, which is just, to me, is very disrespectful. And it is a slap in the face, like as somebody who's Black American.
Let me ask you something. What country in Africa are you from?
I'm from America. That's what we're saying. Just
What
like a
country in
Jamaican,
Africa
just like
are
a
you
no,
from?
hold on. Just like somebody from Jamaica, they're not going to say what country in Africa they from. Somebody in Haiti is not going to say what country from. They're going to say they're Haitian.
Because they were closer from, what is it called, the triangular slave
But
trade.
then when you ask them that question, they're not going to have a definitive answer.
That's because they're already in their own community of Caribbeans, the Haitians, Jamaicans. They're all like in one bowl.
But Black Americans are in their own bowl as well. Like that's what I'm saying. Why are we getting questioned?
That's why Africans feel that way, because they feel like because you don't know where you come from, which is not by fault by Africans.
We know where we come from. We come from America, just like Jamaicans
I guess it's just more,
come from Jamaica. Like, what is the difference?
I think it's just more relatable from an African to see another African and be like, oh, where you come from? Oh, I'm from Ghana. I'm from this place.
She lying, because Africans don't even like Africans. I'm going to be personally honest. Africans don't like Africans. They're so tribalistic that if you're not, they could be from the same country. If they're not from the same tribe, they're not fucking with each other. It's just, it is what it is. They're not gonna fuck with each other, you know. And it always has been like that, you know. It has always been like that. And like, see how disrespectful she is, you know. Like at the end of the day, you know, she's not even in her own country talking like this. Like she can't go to her country talking like this, but she come to America. Trying to, you know, disrespect Black Americans. I'm being personally honest. This is why, like, yo, when I came back to Massachusetts, this is why I fell back on Africans. Africans have this look towards Black Americans, where, you know, they're very disrespectful. So, you know what? I'd rather not fuck with them like that. You know? I'm just being personally honest. If I was single, I'd probably fuck them and that's it. But relationship-wise, nah. I wouldn't do it, because at the end of the day, if they don't have a if they don't got a foundational Black background, and I'm not talking about lineage-wise, it's just how they act and this and that, I wouldn't fuck with them. Just because how they feel about Black Americans.
And they know so much about their culture because they do this, and this. So I feel like that's why they feel like you know so much about your culture in Africa. So that's what they're like, well, Americans don't know. Because honestly, you guys don't know. When Africans come to America, they're busting their behinds to get degrees, become doctors, lawyers, and stuff like that. So when Africans look at
But then she's not saying, too, that you're living with your auntie and your uncles and your cousins and your 5 little nephews and your 6 cousins in one house. So y'all paying like a bare minimum of rent. So you can't make that same similarity with Black Americans, because Black Americans don't want to live with nobody. We're not gonna have 50 people living with us. It's just, it is what it is. Nah, nigga, they're not living here. They better go get a hotel or something. You think only thing when they come to here, they think about money, because I always tell people all the time, America is not a country, it's a corporation. United States is a corporation, it has always been a corporation. No, people don't come over here to live. People come over here to make money. But what they're doing, they're stopping people from sending money back to their country now. That's what's going to happen. So you'll have to go to Europe now to do all of that, if you could get in there.
African Americans, they're like, these people have credit cards. We don't even have credit cards. These people are not even working, and we come here and we busting our asses. Now we're doing this. We're now 6 figures, and these people have all these years to become all these great jobs and careers, and they're not doing anything. I'm just saying, this is what they're saying. Yeah, this is the conversation. It's like, y'all have all this time to get free money, free loans, and we don't get that back at home.
We don't get that.
But y'all get that when y'all come here, though.
Exactly, and guess what? We're right here, and y'all are still here.
There's a lot of grants and loans and different situations.
The people from here is not getting them loans that y'all come here and get them.
You said, what you just said?
No, I said there's a lot of...
That's the point that they're proving. The people here are not even getting it. So it's like, what are y'all doing?
I'm saying the Black people here are not getting them same opportunities that y'all come from y'all Africa and come here and get. We don't get those.
We're considering not just Africans, everybody, all the other countries are considering y'all as being lazy, because it's like, why aren't y'all getting these? Why y'all not busting y'all asses to? Y'all should be better than the Chinese. If y'all Americans, y'all should be better than Y'all should be better than Chinese people who coming over here.
But we. And
my question is, what are the opportunities that you think that we're that we have over
That's
you
different,
guys.
right?
The,
Yeah.
the grants, the loans, the scholarships and
That
stuff.
we're getting more than you guys.
I don't understand what. No, I've never heard of anything.
Are y'all seeing what's going on with the immigrants right now and how the benefits that they're receiving? Yeah, are y'all aware of this right now?
The immigrants were here.
Yeah,
all of these immigrants
it's
are
all
coming
over.
into like
New
New
York,
York and
Chicago.
I've heard about
Are you aware
that.
of the benefits that they're getting right now?
I'm not
The free
aware.
hotels and the free EBTs and all of this.
Getting
stuff?
$500 a week.
Wait, before you
per
continue.
person?
Immigrants, what immigrants are you talking about? Because we're
You talking about the Mexicans?
Yeah, because that's what I see. I see is like the Guatemalans. That's
The
what I'm seeing.
Venezuelan, yeah, like
I can't take no more of this. She's lying, you know. And this is why I say, yo, they're very disingenuous, and this is why we need to delineate, you know. This is how people look at Africans now, you know. I've been spoke out against them and stuff like that, you know. You know, I've been spoke out on them and stuff like that. That's why a lot of people turn on the liberals, because at the end of the day, the liberals wasn't for Black Americans. They have never been for Black Americans. Hold on one second, everyone. Yeah, they never been for Black Americans and stuff like that, you know. And hold on, arrested for the unjustly killing of the brother Prince George and Maryland. Yeah, just, you know, it's crazy. Hold on one second. It's just crazy. I always tell people all the time, y'all got to be careful with them. I think, and this is just me, I think America's gonna cut down a lot of people coming to this country. And personally, I think they should cut it down for right now just to get it fixed. Everybody who's here now needs to stay here legally. Who's here legally should stay here and help fix the country. And I get that. All this shit, they should have bullet points of what they need to do for the next 20 years. One should be reparation. Let me tell you something. All these immigrants that hate on Black Americans because they're close to getting reparation. Even me, I'm a foundational Black American. I'm a two family. I'm a family from. I think I'm the second generation in Massachusetts. My first generation comes from Alabama and Georgia. You know, so it has always been like that, where, you know, people hate on us. People come to the country and hate on the Black Americans. You know, look at Akon. Akon did the same bullshit, and after that, never been back ever since. You know, once niggas called him out and everything, that's what happened. Akon wasn't acting like no fucking African. He was acting like a Black person. You know, I'm just being personally honest, and I know it sounds hateful and rude, but I always have to explain. I was like, yo, my nigga, what do you, Black people don't have no culture. And I had to explain, girl, what you got on. Black culture. You wear bonnet. Black culture. You know, only thing I think is African culture is flip-flops, you know. Like, I always tell people all the time, white culture is like Rice Krispie treats and shit like that. Like little shit like that. Like Rice Krispie treats, the death penalty, you know, the electric chair, the firing squad. That's white culture, man, you know. You know, cutting off heads and shit like that. That's probably like Latino culture or like African or Haitian culture. It's a savage culture, man. So some of that shit is savage culture, yeah. drive-by. The king of the drive-by is from the Italians. You know, it is what it is. You know, we call it what it is, and that's what it is. It's savage culture. You know, and I could say it because we see niggas running with machetes and shit. The fuck you think they're gonna do? Cutting up some meat or something? Nah, they trying to take off some heads, man. They trying to hold on. They're trying to cut some heads and stuff. You know, and like it is what it is. That's what they try to do. You know. I do want to say this. I'm actually gonna land a little. I'm gonna land a little bit early. We're only doing an hour. Hold on, tomorrow. (9 a.m.) 8:15. No, 8:30. All right, we're gonna do a show tomorrow at 8:30. All right. Hold on 1 second, everybody. I gotta cancel something. Yeah, so like everybody got degenerate culture. I'm gonna say that everybody has degenerate culture, but I do feel that people try to cleanse, as we've been talking, cleanse their culture or whitewash their culture. And we could talk about all this African shit and all this like West Indian shit. It's just at the end of the day, they got some type of degeneracy culture that we can look in a book and see like, oh, this is what these niggas was doing. Them niggas was wildin'. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna be personally honest with y'all why I don't really fuck with Africans like that anymore. I don't fuck with Africans like that anymore because when it came to reparations, even with certain West Indians, like I still got my my certain West Indian friends. Give me a second, everyone. I still got my certain West Indian friends like Wiz Mason and stuff like that, because at the end of the day he support my reparation policies and shit that I be talking about. It's not that I hate West Indians and all this other shit. I feel like whenever it comes to giving black people something, they don't want it to happen. They want us to suffer. Like, let's be personally honest. They want us to suffer. And I think that's crazy after we help you fight to come to this country. Like I told you, I'm full strong on what I said is I wish that my aunties and uncles never fought for other people to come to this country instead of fighting for their culture first, their lineage first. It's just if we would have got that shit on point first, we wouldn't give a fuck. We wouldn't give a fuck how these people feel about us. I'm just being personally honest. These Chris Stokely motherfuckers and stuff, yeah, it's cool and stuff. I don't mind some of them over here, but them coming as a whole bunch of people, I think it was a very bad idea. Because they're trying to make them a buffer class. It's like, you see how black people, they say, oh yeah, black people is on the lowest. They're trying to have them over us, people over us, then call us lazy. And like I always say, I feel like I'm a capitalist more than well, no, you know what? I became more pro-black than anything probably like 10 years ago. Yes, I do consider myself Hebrew, but at the end of the day, tribally, I'm fighting for the tribe of Judah right now. The reason why I'm fighting for the tribe of Judah is because I think we need to get our shit on and popping first before anybody else, because at the end of the day, every time we try to help everybody, the shit just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, man. No matter how much we try, no matter how much we love these people and stuff like that, they're never gonna love us. They're always gonna hate us. You know, and like I'm gonna land right here. I think they are negrophobic. I think they hate Black Americans. I think they hate all our achievements, all our contribute to the world. Everything that we helped them with that they should have been doing, they didn't do. I think they're mad that they never fought for their country and they had to flee. I understand if you go to another fucking city or something. I get that. Maybe even another state for opportunities. But you leaving your country, yo, you almost dying leaving your country just to, you know, it's crazy. I understand if there's a genocide, okay, yeah, I gotta leave. And you're in like a concentration camp. They send you somewhere because you can't go back. I understand that shit. But all these people just leaving, yo, it just doesn't make sense. It will never make sense because at the end of the day, you're just stealing opportunities for people who built this country. You know? And I always said that. Hold on one second, everyone. I always have said that. I always said, like, yo, certain people are from different countries. It's not going to work. You're always going to have these niggas stealing culture. You're always going to have... Like, yo, you got to look at it. Puerto Ricans don't care about niggas going back because they're American citizens. Their country is an American territory. It's just, it is what it is. Candace Owens, she's a Caribbean. She don't give a fuck. She's married to a white man. She's in fucking fairy tale mode because she got herself a white man. But yo, I'm gonna say this: reality's gonna kick in, and she's gonna lose. She's gonna A, gonna leave, or B, you know, nigga might kill her. He's white, you know, white British nigga too. British people kill them and their whole family. They don't believe in God, nigga. The fuck? Let me ask you a question. Do you think the royal family believe in God? The British royal family, do you think they believe in God? All the heinous, all the crazy shit that they do, all the brutality they caused over the last 100, 200 years, they don't give a fuck about nobody. They're probably one of the most evil families of all time. They're probably more evil than the Canaanites in the Bible, my nigga. Was it? Is it the Canaanites? No, what's his name? Cain's lineage. That's how evil them niggas is. Remember when Noah, he got his son away from it and the girl was like, help me, help me. She was from Cain's lineage. He's like, leave that bitch alone. He didn't say leave that bitch, but he said leave that bitch, basically, you know. And he pulled his son and his son was mad at him and stuff like that because he let the other Cain lineage kill her. Nigga had too much love in his heart, man. Nigga almost turned on his family for evil. That nigga almost turned. Let me say it again so it could kick in. The nigga turned on his family for evil. Because he loved that girl. Even though she was evil, he loved her. That's how we gotta look at certain things. It's just... Sometimes we gotta understand that, like, yo, we can't keep on doing this. Where Africans, they don't like us. The Caribbean, most of these Africans, most of these Caribbeans don't like us, and we have to treat them a certain type of way because at the end of the day, we can't be cherry picking it and choosing. Let me tell you something. Did Africans cherry pick and choose when they kidnap Africans, certain Africans, and sent them to America? Did he cherry pick? He's like, oh no, that's a good person. Let's keep him in Africa. No, he's like, no, that motherfucker's from a different tribe. Let's send them motherfuckers over to the other countries. Let's be personally honest. That's what they did. Now we're supposed to have sympathy for African. Let me tell you something. For certain races, I don't have sympathy for it. At the end of the day, because you show this tribalistic type of mentality. And I'm not talking about just Africans and Caribbeans. I'm just talking about in general. There's certain people that has these type of mentalities like, yo, I gotta step the fuck back. You know, I gotta step the fuck back. I can't be fucking with these people like that. These people aren't no good. You know? Like, do I have all bad relationships with Africans? No, I used to date a lot of them back in the day. But, their family had a disdain for me, though. I could be personally honest about that. Their family had a disdain for me because I was a black American. They told one Congolese lady told me and her sister that she'd rather her go out with a white man before she goes out with a black American. And she thought she was better than people. And she had a scamming ass Nigerian. The house was all right, but it wasn't like, oh, wow, you know, yada, yada, yada. This, no, nigga, it was all right. It's just, and the thing about, I love Congolese people. That's the thing. That's the double-edged sword part of it. I love Congolese people. Certain Congolese people have been good to me. Certain of them. Probably like 2 or 3, but her brother was a good guy. He was a very good guy, and he treated everybody nice. You're not really gonna get that out of a lot of Congolese people, only from France. I think in France, the Congolese people understand a little bit better, and I think that's where I say that's the closest part from a comparison from any other culture, you know. And like, don't get me wrong, I support Benin to the fullest because they fought. I'm gonna say this about Benin: they fought, and that's why I love Benin, because even though they lost, their country was, you know, blown to smithereens because of the Nigerians. The Nigerians turned on them. Let's be personally honest. The Nigerians turned on the Beninese people, the Oba people. You know, and that's why I think from the Congolese people in France and other cultures in France, other like Africans in France, I understand them. Those are niggas. You know, and they're cool with it. They're cool being niggas. They're like black Americans. We cool with how y'all think about us. We still gonna be living. We living to live. We ain't gonna let you put your hands on me. And this is why I like Congolese people and France and stuff like that. And like, but the thing about them is they sent over the best. And France, even though it's I personally don't like France, but I like the manners. I like the projects over there. You know, that's just me. You know, I like their projects in France. You know, it reminds me of my projects. Um, like yeah, they show their tribal culture. Like even Boba's from Senegal, but he's a nigga first. He's a nigga. That's a nigga. If you ever see Boba's a light skinned Senegal, bald head. His mama's probably mixed with some type of European. The nigga's lit. I fucks with him heavy. Him, Naza, Neska, Naho, Dazo, Doza. I'm sorry, Doza, Chali. I fucks with them. What's my nigga who ran down on was it Offset? Did he? I think he ran down on Offset. Them niggas almost packed you down, Offset. Those are niggas. Those ain't niggas. Yeah, those are niggas. Offset. And I'm gonna tell Offset, if I ever see Offset, them niggas who ran down on you wasn't French niggas. Those were niggas. Those wasn't French motherfuckers who be running around with fucking big ass breads. No, those were niggas. Those were niggas that ran down on you. Like, you got a few in Britain, but them British niggas... Let me tell you who's more gangster than them niggas. Jeffrey from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, my nigga. I'm more scared than fucking I'm more scared than Jeffrey from Fresh Prince. Even though, shout out to 6'7", I still fuck with their music. You know, Lurky's my song, but... After that, this is just a few more gangs, my man. I don't fuck with Britain like that. I'll fuck with 6'7", like yo, yeah, them niggas come off there with the mask on and stuff like that, and like like don't get me wrong, Britain has gangster gang culture out there. They always had gang culture out there, but most of their gangs came from like the skinheads and shit, getting beat up by the skinheads. You know, don't forget, I told y'all to watch the movie The Farming. When the white boy made NBC, they was telling the true story about his life or some shit like that, I think it was a true story about his life where he was about to become a skinhead. The first first Nigerian skinhead. You know, and this is what I always tell people all the time. This is what type of disdain that, Africans have for black Americans. They rather join a white gang before they join a black gang. I don't know why. It's just it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, you can't get mad about it. You just you let them live, man. You gotta protect yourself. You might have to put a few slugs in the motherfucker, but you just let the motherfucker live. But I'm gonna land here. I got something tomorrow for y'all. Something even better. I'm gonna promote it more because I didn't even promote this one. I just put this shit in X and like, yo, homie got this, that in common, But other than that, y'all have a good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow because I gotta get ready. I'm already ready for work, but there's certain shit that I gotta do